morning. Good morning. My name is Chris Cassivan. I'm the superintendent of schools. But today I get to be MC, which is perfect for this occasion. And so, first I want to thank everyone for coming out on a Saturday morning. I want to welcome everyone to this wonderful occasion. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, it's been 12 years or so. We'll just kind of round it to 12 years. Here we are sitting in this beautiful elementary school, and there's just so many people to thank. Honestly, it would be almost impossible to thank everyone who's put any type of effort or work or hard work or just time into this endeavor. But first I want to recognize some very important folks in attendance here today. Certainly you're all very important to me. But to my left we have Senator Gobi and Representative Whips, who have been instrumental. Yes, please. They have been instrumental in so many ways in making this dream come true, quite honestly. The Board of Selectmen, who have been wonderful partners in the process, along with the Templeton Police, Fire, DPW, CERT. Every one of the departments have, in many ways, have helped us get to where we are today. And I don't know. We have Jeff here from the Board of Selectmen. So I want to thank them and give them a round of applause if there's anyone here. Most importantly, I want to thank the residents of Templeton, who through some very trying times never gave up on this dream, never. And they supported the process from the very beginning, which is a true testament to this town's commitment to its children's education. I don't think that can be understated. I realize that I'm preaching to the choir, to many of you. You never gave up, ever. Even in the darkest times in terms of finances and where we're going to build the building. Never once did you give up. And that is, I want to give yourselves a round of applause, because that is what made this result. It is absolutely my pleasure to introduce Ms. Emily Saltuzik, who serves as the principal of the Templeton Elementary School and has done a fantastic job with coordinating literally over 40 new staff coming together, 657 children to get them acclimated into this building and to make an elementary school run. Granted, she will tell you that it's a team effort, and it is, but every team needs a captain. And that captain and our principal, Ms. Emily Saltuzik.
Thank you, Dr. Cassivan. Good morning and welcome, everybody. I am absolutely honored and humbled to be in this position and to inherit this beautiful building and all the people, and especially the kids that come with it. One of the joys of this process for me was working with the people of the many companies who created the beautiful building. So I'd like to recognize the following. Obviously the MSBA for the grant portion of this project so it could come to fruition. The architects of SMMA, as well as the associate architects of Jones and Whitsett. Fontaine Brothers, which oversaw all the general contractors. I got to know a lot of them by name. It was fantastic. And to the project managers of Colliers International. And I'd like to give a very personal thanks to Matt Dunn. Matt Dunn is also of Colliers. One task that's been weighing on me in preparation for today is our library. For many years, none of the schools had libraries, so teachers donated boxes and boxes when they were packing and moving their classroom books. For weeks now, we've had a wonderful group of volunteers who have been organizing and shelving those books. So I'd like to thank the volunteers, if any of you are here, for making our library feel like a library. I'd also like to thank the PTO who've been here for every opening or event that we've had so far, and they're preparing some snacks for us for later on. So thank you to the PTO. I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for their positive attitudes through the process of moving and the continued discovery of everything this building has to offer. I joke when I tell them if you don't know what a button does, just push it, and then send us an email and let us know what it did. Lastly, to the community, I'd like to thank you for sending our children to this learning environment, to fill our hallways, and to give this building its life and its heartbeat. Thank you for coming today.
we've had many folks who, of course, have helped over the years, of course, but to my right, I certainly wanted to recognize our school committee, whom, of course, yes, maybe they've changed in face over the 12 plus years, although many of them have been with us that long. But I want to thank the school committee, who, of course, guides all that we do and has really set the vision, not only for this elementary school, but for our district. So I want to make sure that I point out and recognize their wonderful accomplishments. So really, there are two folks here that I don't need to really introduce. They are very well known in our community. But we have two wonderful advocates that are in our local government. So the Senator and Gobi and Representative Susannah Whips, who have been, I wish I could tell you all the things that they've done for us. It would take too long. But they are extraordinarily helpful to us and very available. So without any further ado, and obviously you know who they are if you're local, but the Senator and the Representative. Thank you.
I can't stand behind you, I can't see over it. How did that happen?
You smaller ones.
Can you hear me okay? Good. What a beautiful building. It is absolutely a beautiful building. I know that there's been a lot of things already. And I was taking a look. Look at the names of the people who've been involved in this through the years. The other thing, though, think about this. In the time that I took for this, kids have already started the school district and graduated. In that length of time. Think about that for a minute. And now you've got these whole, and I was asking, it must have been great. I would have loved to have been here that first day of school. Can you imagine the kids' faces when they walked in here to see this and to see this beautiful building? Because it is beautiful, and congratulations to the architect. I know you have your two little kids here. Your mom does a good job, huh? They're like, and I know that there's been thanks already to the building committee and the school committee, and to Chris, and I see Steve coming out in the audience too, and Steve was a big part of this project to get things going. I have an opportunity now to work with Steve because I'm on the building committee in the town of Spencer because we're looking to do things at the high school. So Steve's going to be stuck with me for a few years, I guess, as we work on that project. And I know that there isn't anyone here from MSBA, but I think that you're all pretty well aware that a very small portion of the sales tax goes into the school building authority to be able to build schools throughout the Commonwealth. One thing that Susie and I have worked on, and there's a new education bill that was passed in the Senate Thursday, and will go through the House in a couple of weeks, but part of it is to lift the cap up even a little higher so that MSBA can continue to fund more of these projects. Because when you look at a school, you are building for the future. You've built something here, and it's an investment. And the folks in Templeton, you opened up your wallets to do that. But you also opened up your hearts. Because that's what it takes. When you build a new school, you're looking for things for the young kids now. But you have built a building that's going to take us into the 22nd century. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. Now, we're at the beginning of the 21st century. This is going to be here for a long time. And you've built a school that is flexible enough to be able to react to the needs, the educational needs, as we change. Because we know from generation to generation, and actually year to year, education changes and the demands that we put on kids and what we expect from kids. And you've done something in this town that's going to serve the students well today, but for generations to come, because they're the ones that are going to be taking care of us. So when we look at it, they're all our kids, except when it's time to pay for college and appeals. But thank you. I'm very pleased to work with Susie, and any little bit that we could do, continue to support the school districts. We know that regional schools and rural schools have challenges that are very different than other schools throughout the state. And we will continue to work to make sure that we help with the funding so that these kids can continue to do well in a beautiful way. So thank you very much, and thanks for doing Everything is a partnership, and I couldn't ask for a better partner in the House and in the legislature than I would have been Susannah.
Thank you. Thank you. And Ann covered all the bases: investment in our children, investment in our community. Schools are economic drivers, and we're so thrilled to see this type of commitment put into a town that needs a boost economically, and we're work hard in the legislature to make sure that our towns, especially our rural communities, get the attention that we deserve from Boston. We met with a group of folks last night in the North Quabbin region, and we were talking about equity and how to make sure, you know, as that new education bill comes out, Wellesley doesn't need as much as maybe Templeton or Athol or Petersham. We want to make sure people look at communities as a whole when they decide the funding, and there's a lot of instances in that new bill that includes looking at rural communities, looking at communities that might have a lesser scale of economy than some of the larger ones. So that's something we worked really hard with all of our rural representatives and members of the rural caucus on. So we're going to continue to be there and work for you and make sure that we're able to provide educational opportunities and safe, fun places for kids to come. And this is, I mean, Ann and I toured this place a few months ago. This is amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful building. Everybody here today and everybody in Templeton should be incredibly proud of this beautiful building that is here and is going to be here for many, many years to come. So again, congratulations to Dr. Casavan, to the school committee, to the boards of selectmen, and all of the folks who are going to enjoy this school for many years to come. Oh, and well,
First, while
you're here,
a little something to you.
Check.
Yeah. I was gonna
we
know.
gave a pretty big one for this. But on behalf of the Massachusetts legislature, we want to extend our deepest congratulations to the Templeton Elementary School in recognition of the grand opening of the new school to provide expanded educational opportunities for all students and future generations.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. When I asked someone from the building committee if they'd like to speak, literally, they all rose their hand. They, please let me speak. Please. Hank, he was like, I've been here a long time, you need to let me speak. I said, no. No, Hank, we're putting my foot down. We are always lucky with the folks that we have who help represent us, but Ms. Carrie Kozel joined this committee, I believe, if I understand, at the very beginning. As a parent, as an educator, as an advocate, just for children and schools in general. And it was almost, it was ironic and it was sad that when they moved, they had to move out of town. Not had to, they weren't forced out, or the police aren't looking for them, don't worry. But it was a very sad day because she had worked so hard and hung in there. So when we were trying to think of the right person to say a few words on behalf of the committee, it was obviously a no-brainer. So, Ms. Karen Cook.
Welcome. So the great memories that I have of my childhood are my school days actually here in Templeton and going on roller coasters. And when I think about this labor of love and being on the Templeton Elementary School Building Committee since 2005 and building this school, this project was most certainly a roller coaster. We had to wait in line at times. It had its ups and downs, but the ride kept on going, and it didn't close down. The ride to get here to build this new Templeton Elementary School is thanks to many who buckled up and went for the ride. To all those who served on the Templeton Elementary School Building Committee over the past 15 years, to the MSBA for not shutting down the ride when they could have many times, to SSMA, Jones Whitsett Architects, Colliers International Project Managers for sticking with us even when there were possibilities that we would go off the tracks and not open the ride, to the Fontaine brothers who got this ride to its completion, and to all the townspeople, Senator Ann Gobi and Representative Susannah who supported the building of this thrill ride. Thank you. It is thanks to everyone that the town of Templeton now has a beautiful new elementary school that everyone in the community can enjoy and be proud of. Being part of this, building this new school, will be a memory that I will forever cherish and never forget. And when you step in here and tour the building for yourselves, you will see that the grand opening of this ride was worth the wait. Thank you.
Friends and colleagues, welcome. I apologize, but I'm out of town on business. This is a day that has been years in the making. We have worked long hours and days, and today, finally, is the day that we can proudly say they are opening our brand new Templeton Elementary School. Congratulations to you, the town of Templeton, and to all that school choice into our community. This is the day to remember and to celebrate. What we have achieved is monumental. Why? Because we did it as a team, as parents, as a community. The new school will see our children learn and grow day after day until they graduate and move beyond our cities and towns to bigger worlds. It is because of our investments in what we love and care about, this building is important to us and to our children. We have already demonstrated its technology and its place in our community. I and the other municipal leaders are proud of what we have produced for our future. Regardless of the dark clouds that may come from time to time, now is the time to feel pride and a sense of accomplishment. For we have received a blessing. From all of our collective hard work, thank you and enjoy your day and enjoy your time in our new school. Mike Curry. So that was fantastic, and it was, yeah. So, again, I want to thank everyone for coming here today. It's truly, well, it's a wonderful day for our community. Behind me, or to the side, are actual bricks from the original Templeton Center School with the inscription, "Thank you for helping us build our future." While our community members and friends take a tour, a self-guided tour, what I would really like for any of those members who were part of the select board, the building committee, the school committee, and there were quite a few of these people obviously on this list, we would love the Colliers, all the partners to come up, obviously to receive a brick, not to be thrown, thanks, come on that joke. We're going to take a picture because that picture is going to be the last thing that we put into our time capsule. And so the reason why we thought about that is that we wanted to add this picture because in 50 years or so, we want our children or our grandchildren to appreciate the effort and dedication that this community put forth for them. Because that's important. They need to know, or to remember, or to recognize how hard it was and how much work had to be put into making this happen. And of course, that can never be understated. It would be an impossible thing to give a brick literally to all the folks who are responsible for this, and because that would be every taxpayer in Templeton and beyond. So what we're going to do is one brick is going to be placed in our display case as a representative or representation, pardon me, of the community, because they, of course, you are our most important partners. So with that, if you fit any of those categories, we'd love you to come up. For all of you who would like to go out and take a tour of the building, we certainly want you to do that. And we're going to take a picture, of course, with everybody up here. So again, thank you very, very much for coming out. And I hope that you love this school and what has happened here as much as we do. Thank you.